Hi, it's Barry. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to give you all kinds of information about the January intention box from Cloth and Paper. And of course, there are going to be tips and tricks along the way. And of course, a giveaway. So the January theme is evening routine, and it's the experience that you would have in a luxury hotel. And we've got all these great things to talk about, but I want to go through them one at a time. So it's all about relaxation. And if you look at this, it would be the type of item that you would see in a luxury hotel. A beautiful folio. When you open it up, it's got a really nice pad for writing. One of the pens that we received this month matches it perfectly. If you look at that together, it is a Pentel Energel In-Free in a 0.5 nib, and I absolutely adore writing with this pen. Energel pens have been one of my favorites for a long time. I'm not normally a 0.5 girl, but the 0.5 works okay for me on this, but I will give you a little tip about that too. Now, one of the things that you'll find with this pen is how absolutely smoothly it writes. And it just glides on the page. Of course, I was thinking it would be great to put this in here, but it does not fit because this is a very narrow pen loop so that it'll be able to close. So the pen that I'm actually going to use was in a Cloth and Paper box many years ago. I'm curious to know, does anybody else still have this pen who received this? It's a great pen. It's very thin, has a nice heft to it, and it is a 0.5. And it does fit in here perfectly, and it matches quite well. How I'm planning to use this is by putting this in one of my guest rooms, and my guest room is black, white, and gray. I know you're totally shocked by that, right? And so it matches perfectly. And I have a desk in there, and this just looks beautiful on that desk. A nice thing about this is it came in a very nice box. So another thing that you could do with this is gift it if it wasn't something you were planning to use yourself. So let's go back to this pen. I actually absolutely loved the color of this pen, and I just figured I'm going to need more of these. I did a little research. You can find a refill for this, but here's a better idea. You can actually get a package of 10 of these pens, the Energel In-Free. And I found this, and I'll link it below. You have to be careful because it looks like these are like $25 for the 10, but there's also a way that you're able to get it for under $15. And these pens come in beautiful colors, including this lovely Bordeaux type color, a dark, very dark red. So another thing would be, if you think you would be using these, because you'd have a black one, you'd have a blue one, etc., any of these other colors that you like, it comes in the 0.5, but I also found it in 0.4, so you know I was absolutely ecstatic about that. And it's just a great buy, because it's like $1.40 a pen, and you're going to pay as much for a refill. So there you go. The other pens that came with this, it's a Uni pen, the Uni Emott, and this is in a 0.4, which is considered a fine. It's in a little stand, so you can stand it up and have it on your desk, which is what I have right now. There are several versions of this pen. This one is a fine liner, so if you're drawing lines and you've got 5 colors here, you've got blue, red, yellow, black, and green. It's just a great thing to be able to highlight and add a pop of color somewhere where you need to accent while you're planning. So there was a dashboard in your selected size of your box, and I put mine right underneath my schedule section of my main CP Petite planner. I think you know I have multiple CP Petite planners, and you are going to be seeing some of those CP Petite planners coming up very soon. I've been waiting for a few things to be delivered that actually had been ordered a while ago, so you will be seeing that very soon. And I'll explain how I use the multiples. So here's the wonderful relaxation dashboard. There's a time to plan, a time to act, and a time to rest. It is wise to know which is which. And I just wanted to see that regularly. You also got an insert in your planner size. So it goes in your planner like this, but it folds out so that you can see the whole year, including on the back. I have seen some people posting questions saying, how can this be used? And I've been looking at it myself in terms of how I want to use it. And one of the things that I decided in terms of how I was going to use it is related to my exercise. So what I thought I would do is figure out some kind of a way that I wanted to visually look at my cardio, my weight training, possibly some other fitness things on here, because there is enough room to list several things. So that is what I'm working on. I will make a final decision how I'm using it and how I'm putting those things on there. It may be with markers, it may just be written. I'll show it to you once I have some data in it later in the year, in case you're interested. But other things that you can do with this would be, if you like to look at just when are you traveling, if you like to color code things like days in the office, days working at home, things for your kids, your pets, whatever. There's just so many things that you can track: water intake, calories, weight, all kinds of things. So hopefully you've found a good use for how you would like to use it, or you can start thinking about that if you haven't used it yet. We've got a great new sticky note. It's in a very, very pale color that does match everything else that's in here. And it's a good size for reminder. And the sticky portion is very thick on this, so that is going to work really well. For me, I'm excited about it because this size works really well for CP Petite. So if you want something that's like a reminder for the next day, or at the beginning of the day you see it and you want a reminder of some things that you want to do, you can put that on here, and it is sticky enough that you can stick it and re-stick it, move it around near your desk. It's not going to be like a piece of paper that's going to keep getting moved because it's got serious adhesive on it. And then if it's something you want to save, remember, always pull off to the right because you're going to get better stickiness. If you're left-handed, you'll do it to the left. Just don't pull up. But then the next thing that you can do is put it somewhere in your planner, and the adhesive is going to allow you to move it throughout that day and then also keep it as a record somewhere if you need to do that. And I thought the color was just really nice because it wasn't just plain white. Again, the relaxation and restoration reminder on that. We also got some page flags, and I thought it was very cute what they did. Chocolate page flags, set of 4, and it looks like chocolates that you would be getting in your hotel room, and very nice at that. And they're very small and obviously very useful. One thing you may be wondering, since it's a darker color and they are matte, so it's not an issue where you have to use an oil-based pen, although you can write on these with a black pen. I just use, of course, my favorite pen, the Kokio. You can certainly try other colors on here. For example, this is a silver pen, so that actually shows up on there, and I'll talk about that again in a minute. Or you could do it with white. This particular white, which is a Sarasa Clip 0.5, did not show up very well on there, which is why I was showing you the silver. And let me talk about the silver. This is part of the Deco Shine Sarasa Clip set from Zebra. When I was at the Chicago Planner Conference, we had a session with Bess Whiteman from Lights Planner Action. She gave us a journal, and we were also gifted with this set of the Sarasa clips. These are metallic in all of these colors, And I can attest to the fact that the gold and silver, they write perfectly like on a black flag, for example, or sticky note. And she had us do an exercise where we were writing. I used the silver one, and I couldn't believe how smooth it was to write and that I could read it so well on her black pages, because she has like some black pages and then some white pages in this particular one. And her black paper is really nice to write on. It's really smooth. I actually ordered some grid black paper from her so that I could put it in several of my planners for a specific page. So one thing is, obviously you can buy this set, but I found a great price just for a 5-piece set that did have both the gold and the silver in it, which I knew I would want an extra of. So I picked that up so that I have a backup, at least of those colors. The purple's really nice too. The thing that I thought was great, because I was showing you this on a square flag, which is the transparent material that it's usually hard to write on. Here is the silver and the gold on there, and it did dry fairly instantly, no smearing whatsoever. I also tested these on the juniper color, which is a dark gray, and looked great on there. And then I also had these matte circle notes from way back, and I tested it on there. Looks good. So we got the March card, and this is the new style. So you've got this embossed area where the month and the year is, and it kind of goes right through. I thought this was extremely attractive and very nice to stick into a planner pocket or clip in your planner. So we will be receiving more of these throughout the year. And the key card this month, of course, matched everything else, a new era of me. And just a reminder, not only do you get the key card, but you get this nice envelope for it. And while you can keep that in there, I do like to use these to put notes in and then stick them in my planner as a little accessory. And usually I do it on something I want private so that it's not exposed. So the What's Inside card has changed. It is small. It is very usable in terms of deco in your planner. It's got the items on the back. I do miss having the photo on the back of the item. I think you know I was keeping all of mine in a disc-bound book that I had created, but I will be starting a different collection. And you can see that it not only matches, but it shows you what a hotel room might look like. We got some note cards like you might get in a hotel, and I thought they were great. You can write on the back, and you've got those two, and then you've got this one which had a photo on it. Then you've got the envelopes which match the whole theme so that you can send these off to somebody. I love collecting the different envelopes and cards that Cloth and Paper has sent to us over the years. In my opinion, this Trinket tray was the real prize. I just think it is so beautiful to have this leather item, got the silver foil Cloth and Paper. It is just perfect. I've decided to use mine on my nightstand because it matches my bedroom and it is the perfect place for me to put my glasses down or anything else. I'm very curious to know, how are you using yours? And what was your favorite thing in this box? Of course, I'm doing a giveaway. This giveaway runs until the end of February. On any January or February video, leave a comment. Be sure to like the video, be sure you're subscribed to my channel, and be sure you're subscribed to my email. There's always a link in the description box below if you haven't subscribed to the email yet, and there's always one on my Instagram. The lucky winner will receive something from this box as well as a selection of 10 pens. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time around.